guys, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the last two videos of Amber. One of them is the main video, it's called On My Own, and the other video is just the behind the scenes. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that. This video now is what I'm bringing out today. We'll be talking about just my life story. So this is more of like a recap of what the video was really talking about. So I really hope you guys get to enjoy this and kind of really take in what I'm coming from and see if you can relate, resonate, however you feel. And if you don't, hopefully you come a long way, on your own personal journey. So let's just go ahead and get this started. I want to talk about the first scene, and I know you guys kind of were curious about like why did I film in a church, probably, or on a church parking lot. That scene was more so portraying me as in my personal life, that I grew up in a church, with my mother, stepfather, and two stepbrothers. I grew up in church kind of almost pretty much my whole life, and as the years went by, I started to feel really different. So as you can see, when I posted up on the wall, it's kind of like you're just thinking like of all the stuff that just like kind of really makes sense to you, and that's how I felt in my life, was like things didn't make sense to me. So what I had to do was like kind of like just keep asking questions to myself and just kind of be on my own turf. But like at the same time, I had it rough, my parents, even during those times, I grew up abused physically, mentally, emotionally, verbally, you just name it. But yet we went to church and stuff like that. And then like also my parents have military background, mother, stepfather, as I said again, they have military background. So as I said again, as I grew up, I had started to grow distant, and because the things started to make sense, I felt like something was pulling me out. And as you can see, it was like, okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do now? So part of me was like discovering my talent, which was the dancing part. So as you see in this scene right here, where I was just dancing, just kind of expressing myself a little bit, that was kind of like the only way I could really cope with what I was going through growing up as a child. And after I started to realize I might start working on my own and start being on my own as this little quote unquote weirdo that everyone calls you, as you start to like realize who you truly are. It was honestly very hard, and sometimes like going to church at the time really was like a little, no, I wouldn't say a little, it was a way of me getting away from my own parents. And when I was, like, as I said again, when I was a kid, I was secretly finding, a new home, a new family, because at the end of the day, as I was growing up, I didn't feel really loved. My mother, it seems like she regretted having me as a child, and my stepfather just didn't want me in the first place. Or he didn't want me in his life in the first place. Yeah, it was rough, but it took me till where it leads up to, I guess, from like the scene, from the church scene, as I walk away with the hoodie, as I throw my hood on, as I walked away, it was just like a way of saying like, now I'm being casted out because I didn't really, I guess, follow quote unquote God's rules or whatever. I came out to my parents at when I was 20 years old, and I was pretty much kicked out of my own home and was betrayed by my own mother and like my parents, pretty much. Like they were kind of like my rock, and now like they kicked me out with no resources or anything else like that. I was forced to wander for many years. When I say many years, I mean like pretty much many years. I'm 28 now, just turned 28 last September. Real personal, but I just want to let you guys know like what's my age now. As you saw in the beginning of the video, where you see me perform at different shows, I was starting to take off my drag career as a male performer at the time, and that was something that really made me happy, of course. And I was discovering that this is my true purpose of being on stage and inspiring so many people who have been broken hearted, who has been abused, used, whatever, you name it. And that was what my videos were. And yes, I served as a backup dancer for the Queens as well, and that was just one video of many. And then after a while, you know, like, things kind of started to fall short for me in my life after a while. I've had my awakening when I would say probably like maybe 24, 25 years old, probably 25 years old. I had my awakening in around 2015. And that's when just things started to shift, you know. Part of me was like without me knowing, and then there was another part where it's just like, okay, I'm starting to like, okay, what is going on? I was in between states, just moving around, trying to like find a sense of home and stuff like that. Couldn't really keep a job, you know, because I just cannot stand being controlled and have somebody tell me what to do. I hate it. And after a while, you know, as you see in the next scene where I was showing the pictures of Standing Rock, when I said when Mother Earth was calling me for something, I was in Standing Rock for 3 months. I was there from October 2016, and I wintered over, and I left around late January of last year. It was a time for me there. Let's just say, I'm just gonna leave it like that. It was a time. I mean, it was a lot going on, yet we learned a lot of things, and you know, Mother Earth and the universe was showing us that there has to be another way than fighting. And I feel like that's what we were there for, to let a lot of people know. It's like we need to stop fighting for, you know, what everybody wants at the end of the day. We all want the same thing. We all came to this planet. We all want the same thing. We all want to be loved. We all want to be happy. We all want to make it somewhere. But fighting each other like lions is not going to get us anywhere. And that's what I think. That's what I've learned on my journey. And after that, I had a choice, you know, either go back to Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, where I grew up at, or kind of start a new life somewhere else. So I chose Portland, Oregon, which is currently where I'm at right now. You know, I kind of tried to hide my location because, you know, I just didn't want really many people to kind of know where I'm at, because, you know, I have been dealing with my own issues. I've been dealing with my own self. And I just felt like I just wanted to isolate. In a sense, I wanted to isolate myself from people. I wanted to isolate myself from the world, because as the video describes, I felt so alone at the time. And it's just like, it was something I had to learn and deal with. I had to learn how to be by myself, which is kind of one of the toughest things out there. It's like, people have this biggest fear of being alone, and this is still, you know, I'm working with it. I love it. I like being by myself, but you know, but there's still part of me where it's like, okay, there's a balance between being by yourself and being around people. I hope this makes sense. I really hope this video makes sense right now. I really hope that I'm making sense. I hope I'm talking clearly, because I sound nasally, sorry. As I got to Portland, it was pretty tough. Very tough. It was hard for me to make friends. After a while, it was hard for me to get connections, especially in the dance scene, dance world. And I just didn't know what was going on, especially being on my path, you know, the path that I'm on. And it was just like one of the roughest times. But after a while, you know, I did kind of started meeting people here and there, but it wasn't really like a legit kind of thing. It was like people would just do their own thing here. After a while, you know, I was street performing, making a little bit of money here and there to support myself, you know, food, all that jazz. I went to visit Nashville, Tennessee in late September, like before my birthday, and went to go pick up my car, yada yada yada. Fast forward through all that. I ended up getting really sick after I came back to Portland around October time. I got extremely sick because there was mold growing in my car. So this explains in the video where I said I almost lost my life twice. If you guys read, when I said almost lost my life twice, that was one of the first times. I ended up being hospitalized in late December. So I spent Christmas in the hospital for having basically mold or fungus in my body, and I almost pretty much died in the hospital that year. Twice. I kind of was going in and out. I was really losing it. My body was just like gone, but you know, I'm still here. So I have to fast forward more than that too. So I guess we can say now, this is how I started my YouTube channel. Honestly, this has kind of really inspired me to just get going. Plus, I feel like I was drawn to be on YouTube now. Me personally, I was like, I don't want to be on YouTube. What the fuck is this supposed to, what is this going to do for me? And I was like, I don't want to be on YouTube. Like, why? You know, I honestly really didn't want to do this, but like, you know, but I kept feeling that pull to go to YouTube. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. And now I started a YouTube channel, I would say maybe back in like a few months ago. So I would say probably like around maybe March. I guess it's kind of a few months ago. So I guess March, let's just say March, for like kind of like early, maybe mid-March, I started like making YouTube videos, doing dance videos, you know, as you see now. And what else is I was going to say? Yeah. So I started a YouTube channel back in March, and then after a while, I can't talk. After a while, you know, I guess coming to like, was it really maybe this? Because we're almost in June now. So it's just, I guess it happened that fast. I guess I don't know when I started this channel, but I started this channel whenever. But anyways, I would say like maybe mid to late April, I got sick again over the same thing, over the mold issue. So this time I was sick worse than I was the first time, and I had to go to the hospital again. I spent 2 more weeks in the hospital, which is wild, and I'm still here again. I almost lost my life again. And this is why I posted. You know, you see in the film with the script, with the wording, it's like, where am I going on this journey? Where's this journey taking me? You know, it's like I almost lost my life twice now. I'm still kind of like, still trying to find a sense of belonging, find a sense of meaning in my own personal life. You know, because at the end of the day, I really don't have hardly any friends. I probably have like 1 friend here, probably, really. Well, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe at least 5 friends. That's kind of enough, but like they're all spread out doing their own thing. But one, I kind of, you know, I see kind of sometimes. But what else? So now, like, I'm just now kind of recovered from being in the hospital again and getting back into dancing again now, and just creating more films. And this is why I felt inspired more to release a video like this, is because, you know, I'm not the only one on this planet that, you know, that feels like that, where you feel like you're kind of rejected, even from your own community, even from your own LGBT community. Sometimes it kind of gets like that too, where you just feel like you're so alone, you're so isolated, but yet you're doing everything you can in your own power to like still maintain your composure, maintain your happiness, and just get somewhere. But there's somewhere inside you that just does not give up, and you know that there's something better out there for you. So this is kind of what I really wanted to portray in that sense. I don't know if this whole segment really made sense, but I really want to also tap into, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to explain the scene where I was sitting down, actually. The scene where I was sitting down is probably, you guys can relate, like you're just by yourself, you're alone, you kind of just like, okay, what is going on, kind of thing. So like, where am I going, like what is happening to me? I'm so by myself, as I have no one to talk to. Like, this is kind of like frustrating, where you just have nowhere to go, you have no one to turn to. So that's what the scene where I was sitting down at. That was kind of, yeah, everybody can relate, because people sit outside all the time, sit anywhere. You can sit anywhere and just be in your thoughts. The scene where I filmed by the bridge, by the creek, is where I'm learning to go with the flow, with the universe, and I'm also being just more relaxed. Just calm down within myself, and just be more in the present moment. You know, it's just like, our future is never guaranteed, whether you believe that or not. And then as I walked into the forest, it's like, okay, like Mother Earth is calling me back. You know, she wants me to be with her. So now, in, you know, the last kind of set is where I was walking in the forest, pretty much. And so it's basically, it's like you're kind of lost on your journey now. It's like you're kind of lost, but you're still getting help to find your way to, you know, to the other side. So that's where that last scene was kind of like portraying. It's like, okay, I'm here, I'm on this journey, but I still feel lost. This is a kind of a lonely journey, because in the forest, at the end of the day, people go in the forest by themselves. Like, yeah, of course, you're alone, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, it's like you're never alone, because there's always things around you, you know, and that's what, you know, I really want to have everybody kind of understand where I'm coming from and what this video is coming from, in a sense. Is like, we're never alone at the end of the day. We're always going to be around somebody or something. Like, even an animal, you just never know. It could be a bird, it could be an insect. You're just never alone. You're always surrounded by somebody or something. But, well, with that being said, I really hope that you guys kind of grasp what I was talking about in this video. And I really hope it inspires many people. So if you guys still have more questions, you know, and at the same time give it a like, thumbs up. That didn't make sense. Anyways, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and then, like I said, just ask your questions. I'll be happy to respond as much as I can. I really hope you guys have an amazing day, month, year, and evening, morning, wherever you are. And please follow me for more videos. You never know what I'm going to put out. So I'm trying to create a dragon clan here. So thanks for listening, and I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Bye.